Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey, good evening, guys. Welcome to another episode of Post Daily Dose with me, your trusted parenting advisor, faithful guide and servant on the healing journey. What's my name? Big Papa Bryan+Post. Happy Monday to all of you. I was actually, back home, which is fantastic, although I had a lovely time out in California. But I was looking for a question that came through, and I don't know where it came through at, but I can't find it. So I was like, looking, can't find it. So then I'm like, oh gosh, well, what am I going to talk about now? Well, it's Monday, of course. And I'm fasting. I'm doing a 3-day fast. I just started feeling like, puffy and like my mind wasn't as tight as I wanted to be. And just like my body just needed a metabolic reset. And so I used to do a fast every few days, not every few days, but for a few days back when I was in graduate school, just some kind of weird thing I used to do. And then, so it's been quite a while since I've done one. I don't think it's been 20 something years, but it's been a minute. So anyway, I'm in day one and it's cool. I like to challenge myself to, dig a little deeper and run up against those limits that, I just think so far I haven't eaten since, I've been up all day and I haven't eaten all day. I'm just having water and I have some green tea. I just think, how many times do we think we're hungry and we're really not hungry, but it's just habit. And so I think that's kind of where I'm at. And I just want to challenge that a little bit. So that's what I'm doing. So anyway, I found the location for the upcoming 2-day post-parenting intensive, post-parenting camp. So, I told you, been telling you, put it on your calendars. I should have the website for that. Should be all done this week, tomorrow, Wednesday. And it'll be a, limited registration. So be sure to be staying on the lookout for that. However, if you are a Levolution member, you get to attend for free. So all you got to do to join the Levolution is go to newparentingloveolution.com, loveolution.com, and come join us. You get access to the private Facebook group, and you get access to the membership site with all the content on it. Hello, Mama Wilma. Hope you're doing well this evening. And that'll be August 16th and 17th. You can bring your children. It is a family-friendly event. I'll have youth counselors hanging out with the kids throughout the day. It's not like I used to do these multi-family events where it was very much family, just focused family work. So this won't be quite like that. This will be more focused just with mom and dad. And then if you bring your children, we'll bring the kids in and do some work, help you do some emotional work with them and, create those breakthroughs that you've been needing in your home. So anyway, that's that. That's scheduled Oklahoma City, August 16th and 17th. And I just don't have a topic. I don't know if it's because my brain is adjusting to low sugar. So like my ideas aren't popping off. Usually in about the second day of a fast, hey, Lisa, I'm trying to do it right before school starts. I know for some people it's going to be right around school starts. But, the thing to keep in mind is that they don't do anything in the first couple of days anyway. So I don't know when school starts for most people. Thank you, Brenda. So, usually at about probably midday tomorrow, my brain should start hitting that optimal functioning state that happens when you're fasting. Not too long, and I don't know how long it lasts. But I know tomorrow, the first part of tomorrow will be kind of tough. But then once I get through the second half of tomorrow, I should hit that. So there's some kind of hormone that gets released where all of a sudden you're not that hungry anymore. And then your energy gets optimized, your sleep starts to get optimized, and then you just start coasting along in this really cool way. Hey, what's up, cousin? Good to see you. Your brain starts operating in this really cool way. So I'm looking forward to that. But all that to say that I don't really have anything to talk about this evening. I'm just on here rambling and letting you know what's going on. And I think I rambled a little bit on Friday, but today I was actually going to answer a question, and I don't know where the dang question went. I don't think it was an email. Let me look right quick. Let me see if it was an email. I don't think it was an email. Usually I would find it if it was an email. I think, oh, maybe, oh, it was an email. My bad. Oh, there was actually 2 of them. So see if you chimed that already. You missed it. Oh, and this was a short one. So let's do this real quick, so that way you won't feel like you're just popping on here for no reason at all. This comes from Lauren. Read books, watched videos. A lot of your stuff we already do. I have 2 girls that we adopted from China. My second one, I think, has a lot of deep trauma. Well, I can tell you, Lauren, they both have a lot of deep trauma. She is, I feel like, in a constant state of hyperarousal. You never know what is going to trigger her and cause her to scream. We got her at 15 months, and she is 5 now. I've been sleeping with her all this time. Great, good for you. Nights have always been super difficult for her. She seemed to be doing well. Little to no tantrums during the day, so I've decided to transition out of her bed. I bought my own mattress, and I am now sleeping on the floor in her room. So she knows I am there and close, but no longer in bed with her. She is sleeping better, but her tantrums are back tenfold during the day. I just want to know if I am doing the right thing. I can't sleep in her bed forever. Thank you, Lauren, for writing in. Very, very common question. And first of all, Lauren, I want to commend you for being willing to, number 1, sleep with your child, which I think is very good. Number 2, you're going to transition, so you're doing it in a gentle way. You're putting the mattress down on the floor. Hey, Harold, brother Harold, but you're seeing some tantrums recurring, so you're probably feeling like there's something that's going on in the bedtime that's getting her triggered. So here's what I want to say. I want to pick up with the first thing you just said. I just want to know if I'm doing the right thing. You're on the right track. But here's the second part of what you said. The final sentence. I can't sleep in her bed forever. Now I want you to breathe into that. I can't sleep in her bed forever. You know what that tells me? That tells me that you've got some anxiety around this whole nighttime thing and around this whole sleeping thing. Number 1, Lauren, you won't be sleeping in your child's bed past the age of 10. Okay? So if you're lucky, she'll let you sleep in her bed, or let you sleep in her bedroom, after 13. I can guarantee you that probably by 10, you won't be in her bedroom anymore. You certainly won't be in her bed. And by the time she hits adolescence, if you're lucky enough to still be able to sleep with her and sleep in her room, that is a fantastic thing that most parents don't get an opportunity to do any longer. So the concept of forever is not a realistic one. That's just stress and fear generating that anxiety that says I'm going to have to sleep with her forever. It's just not going to happen. And I know when I say that, you immediately say, "Oh, I know I'm not going to sleep with her forever." But the point is, it's the anxiety that's generated underneath the thought. It's not the fact that I think that you think that you're going to be sleeping with your child when she's 20 years old. I know you know that. But it's the anxiety that generates the comment, "I can't sleep in her bed forever!" exclamation. So calm down. Breathe. You are doing a good thing for your child. You know that there's a lot of trauma around nighttime. Now, if the tantrums are kicking up in the day because of the shift at night, then that probably tells me that there's probably some anxiety at night that's affecting her circadian rhythm. So something, some lack of deep sleep at night is probably making her a little bit more sensitive. I want to really encourage you to talk to her about why she may be scared at night, about some of the fears and anxieties she may have. And I don't think you should transition just yet. See, my daughters were biological. And I know with Marley, I think that Christy and I probably had her in the bedroom with us. Not necessarily, that wasn't the family bed, but she had a bed right next to us until she was probably 9. With Michaela, I remember her laying down with Michaela every night until she was at least 7. And you're talking about, children who are coming from pretty normal circumstances. Other than, we can always I can point out 10 traumas that all my kids have had in some various way. But as far as not being adopted, being biological, having consistent parents, all that kind of stuff. So I would really want to encourage you to just relax the whole fears and worries around nighttime. I would probably reintroduce the bottle around nighttime and in the morning. So the tantrums may not be connected to the nighttime routine. See, I think you're trying to connect them. They may not be connected. There may be some other things going on around the nighttime, around the daytime experience for your daughter that's causing her window of tolerance to get smaller. And once that window of tolerance gets smaller, she's going to be more sensitive. And when she's more sensitive to stress, she's going to be more prone to having those tantrums. But when you say tantrums, here's the other thing I want to say, and I rambled half the episode, so I'm not going to go on for very much longer. When you say tantrums, what I want you to realize is that you're not dealing with a 5-year-old, you're dealing with a 15-month-old, and you're probably dealing with a 12-month-old, is what it feels like to me. So when she's throwing a tantrum, you're not dealing with her at 5 years old anymore. Remember, there's chronological, cognitive, and the emotional. Anytime a child is tantruming, anytime a child is stressed out, they're reverting back to their emotional age, and the emotional age dictates the cognitive and the chronological. So always go with the emotional age. So see your child as scared and overwhelmed. Don't see it. See, a tantrum has a real negative connotation to it. Usually a tantrum implies that the child's trying to get their way. Try to look beyond that and try to look to the regression. The child's regressing. And as they're regressing, attend to the baby. See, just because you've had your child for 4 years doesn't mean that they still don't relive the experience from conception all the way to 15 months over and over and over again. And when they get really stressed, they're right back to an abandoned, neglected, fearful little baby who probably spent a lot of time in a crib, in an orphanage, without a lot of attuned caregiving. And so that's just the reality of your child's life. So the more you can kind of talk to them about those experiences, and the more you can have empathy around those early experiences, and talk to your children about their fears around bedtime and their anxieties, and then really start to pay attention and see if maybe there's not some things that have just kind of happened here in the last few weeks around the day that may be causing that stress sensitivity and that window of tolerance to run but down just a little bit faster than it used to, and then causing your child to regress back into that lower emotional state. Okay, Jen. Ashley says, can you clarify the purpose of reintroducing a bottle at nighttime? So the reason you reintroduce a bottle at nighttime is because it can help access those deeper pathways that affect the circadian rhythms. So when you reintroduce a bottle, the bottle, especially if the parent can do it in arms, laying down next to the child, it's like taking the child back. See, if Lauren didn't get her daughter until she was 15 months old, then she missed 0 to 15 months. I mean, that's the whole majority of time that parents usually even feed a child a bottle. By 15 months, a child is sitting at a table with a sippy cup, with a plate of food, and their own little spoon and their own little forks. So this child missed all of that opportunity for that sensory experience that's connected with bottle feeding, that eye contact, that smell, that temperature. And what all that does is it reorients the brain at the brainstem level because it activates all the pathways. And so when you reintroduce that bottle, you're actually opening up that door again, if you will, that window of opportunity, if you will, to go back and help reframe some of those pathways in the brain that right now are built around neglect, if you will. They're built around absence. They're built around a lack of soothing. So by going back and reintroducing that, you're actually creating an oxytocin-rich environment. And the best time to create an oxytocin-rich environment is at nighttime and first thing in the morning. So I would encourage the bottle at night and the bottle first thing in the morning. Now, and that could stir up a little bit of fear because Lauren already says, you know, she's got a little anxiety about having to sleep in the bed with her child forever, which we know that's not going to happen. But parents get a little anxious when it comes to reintroducing the bottle because they think their child's going to be on a bottle forever, which isn't realistic. So you're introducing it as long as the child needs it. When the child no longer needs it, they won't want it anymore. But take advantage of that opportunity. I guarantee you, a 5-year-old wants a bottle, especially your 5-year-old. She's still demonstrating to you a lot of infant fears and infant anxieties, and I think that that's probably what you're banging up against right now. And what you don't want to happen is you don't want to counter that with parental fears and anxieties. So just know that you're on the right track. Just calm it down just a little bit. Realize it's all going to be okay. It's not going to last forever. Reintroduce the bottle if you can, if you feel comfortable. I encourage it. And start paying a little closer attention during the day. If maybe there's not something going on that's beating down on that window of tolerance just a little bit more. So that's it, guys. Remember, in any given situation, we always have two choices. We can continue to react from our same imprints of stress, fear, and overwhelm, or we can stop, we can slow down, we can take 3 to 10 deep breaths, and we can choose love. And if you haven't already gotten your free copy of From Fear to Love, please go to feartolovebook.com and get your free copy of From Fear to Love. It's going to be life-changing. And remember, mark your calendars, August 16th and 17th for a 2-day post-parenting camp intensive experience. It's going to be magical. All right, God bless you. Big Papa loves you, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.